The heart has one of the important job of pumping these things around the body. Means performing the function by the heart, that is the pumping. So what I mean by the pumping, it's just like the pump, contraction and relaxation, contraction and relaxation. So in the process of the contraction and relaxation, there is an incoming of the blood in the heart and then outgoing of the blood from the heart. So there is a pumping process, blood continuously incoming and outgoing. So in that process, there is a purification of the blood also. Okay. Next, the heart pumps blood and substances around the body in tubes called as the blood vessel. So there are the small tubes. Okay, the small tubes are there. They act as to transport the bloods. Okay, so small tubes are there, and they may be called as the vessels. That is the blood vessels. Okay. Then the heart and blood vessels together make up the circulatory system. It means that the heart and many blood vessels get together, they connected to each other, heart and blood vessels, okay, connected to each other, and that is the performing a particular framework, performing a particular framework, and that framework is observed in our total body. So that is called as the circulatory system. Means circulatory system not occur only in the organ, particular organ, but it will be occur in each and every organ up to the nails also. Okay, so each and every organ consists of the circulatory system. Okay, so there is a control on the each and every organ by the circulatory system, because without the blood the organs cannot be work properly, cannot be function properly. Okay, next we can see here, this is the pathway. This is the pathway of the circulation of the blood and various substances. So actually, the substances are dissolved in the blood and they get transported to each and every organs. Okay. So we can see here there is a lungs. So in the respiratory system, the lungs, it can be intake the various gases. For example, the oxygen is there, CO2 is also there, it will be get dissolved, and the oxygen is also get mixed in the blood. So pulmonary veins, from the pulmonary veins, they attach to the lungs, and that pulmonary veins are important pathway to carry the oxygen and carbon dioxide levels. Okay, so here the head and arms, they may be get connected with the circulatory systems also. Then you can see here the heart, it is made up of the two sides. Okay, so of course it's a four chambers, means two chambers are in the front and two chambers are in the back sides. Okay, so it will be called as the portions will be called as the right atriums. So this is called as the left atriums. Okay, right and left atriums. So actually this color, this bluish colors, it will be shows the impure bloods. Okay, and this will red color shows the pure blood. It means that this is the deficiency of oxygen, impure bloods, and this is the proper percentage of the oxygen. Okay, so pure blood supply from the aorta regions. This is the main veins. Main veins, it can get incoming the blood, it will be get purified, and then from the aorta region it will be get transported. Okay, so pulmonary veins also having the same pathway towards the lungs also. Okay, so exchange of gases and mixing the gases in the blood, and they get transported in each and every organ. So here the liver, towards the livers also they may be get transported like this. Okay, so it's a continuous pathway, incoming and then it's outgoing. Okay, then the digestive system, next one is the digestive system. So whatever may be the digestion of the food material is here. So from that digestion, some important inorganic compounds are synthesized, proteins, vitamins, fatty acids, like etc. So they also get dissolved. Okay, so they also get dissolved in the bloods. So primarily it will be dissolved in the blood, and it is called as the impure blood. So it will becomes, many components comes here and they get purified in the process of the contraction and relaxation of the heart. Okay, that is the pumping, we can say the pumping of the heart, and then pure bloods, it will be comes here and it will be get transported to each and every organs. So by the important system also involved is the digestive system. So kidney is also one of the organs to act as a filtrate. So filtration of the harmful chemicals. For example, in the urines, there are the harmful chemicals such as the urea, like etc. So that will be get filtered, and then there is a purification, pure liquid substances, they may be get transported. Yes. Okay. And last is the legs. So from the legs, so it will be get transported. The blood, again, it will be pure blood, will be transported here. So this is the pure blood supply also comes in the legs also. And from the legs, there is a, when there is a use of the blood by the various organs, and it will be again impure blood, again supplied towards the impure partition or compartments. Okay, so from the right atrium, so it will be get collected the blood, impure bloods, and then it will filtered, pure, and transported in the left atrium. And left atrium, from the outer region, there is again supply of the pure blood towards the various organs. Okay, so this is the sequence pathway of the transmission or circulation of the blood. Okay, next, our circulatory system is a double circulatory system. Why we call it as a double? Means there are the two partition is there, left and right atriums. So left and right atriums, it will be involved in the process of the circulation of the blood. So that's why I call it as the double circulatory system. This means it has two parts. Okay, how many parts are there? Two parts. Number one is the lungs. It involves in the lungs. There is a participation of the lungs by exchange of the gases and transported of the gases. Means incoming of the gas, then outgoing of the gas. Okay, incoming the oxygen, then whatever may be the substances there, carbon dioxide is there, also CO2, and it will be get carbonized, so it will be get fixed. Okay, and then pure there is the oxygen will be get transmitted here towards the hearts. Okay, so what happened in the heart? There is a mixing of the oxygen, same, it become made. Okay, so blood is here, no doubt. Okay, so blood cells, they can synthesize WBC, then this is the blood, but mixing this oxygen in the blood to become made hemoglobin with oxygen, that is called as the oxyhemoglobin. It means a type of the reaction. So blood, that is the hemoglobin, mixing the oxygen, become made hemoglobin. Hemoglobin plus oxygen is equal to oxyhemoglobin. Okay, so pure blood, supply of the pure blood, supply of the impure blood, these are the body cells, and that body cells we transported the pure blood towards the various organs, and this is the impure blood from the body also collected towards the one of the compartment, that is the left aorta. Okay, so this will be the continuously process. Yes, any problem? Okay, so this is the continuous process which will be carried out by the hearts continuously without stopping. Okay, so continuous work done by the heart. So heart is nothing but it's a very important organ of the circulatory systems. Okay, the right side of the system deals with the deoxygenated blood. So we can see this is the right side. Okay, so this is the right side containing the deoxygenated blood, and the left side of the system deals with the oxygenated blood. So this blood contains oxygen, this blood do not contain the oxygen. It's called as the deoxygenated bloods, and this will be the called as oxygenated bloods. So purely the supply of the pure blood towards the various organs. Okay. Next, the heart. Okay, heart is one of the organs. Okay, important organ of the circulatory system. Okay, we can see here the heart has the 4 chambers. Already I told you how many chambers are there. 4 chambers are there in the heart. 2 chambers are on the front side and 2 chambers are on the back sides. Okay, so heart has 4 chambers. The atrial regions, so these are the regions we can see here. The atrial regions are the 2 on the front side, and the 2 are the ventricles, means the ventral side, dorsal and ventral, you can see. Okay, So two are there. Then this is one of the veins. Okay, this is one of the veins. It brings blood from the body except the lungs. Okay, blood from the body except the lungs. So all the parts of the body which will be brings the blood by this regions. Means this is a which region? This region. This region is a collected regions. We can say this is the collected region, right? Regions, collected regions of the impure blood. So supply of the impure blood is here. Okay, and these are the arteries. One, two. These are the arteries. They carry the blood away from the heart. Away from the heart means from the hearts there is a transport of the blood towards the various organs, and that organs will be used the blood for their growth and purpose. There is the development, and then whatever may be the remains of the blood, impure blood, they can again get transported towards these regions. Okay, so it will be get continued functions, and this one are the coronary arteries. We can see here the black colored arteries, coronary arteries, the main flow of the is the bloods, coronary artery, and coronary arteries is the heart's own blood supply. So these actually cannot be transmit the blood, cannot be transport the blood towards the various organs, but itself, these arteries itself in the heart, it will be get connected and perform the circulation in the hearts also. Okay, so for the itself, for heart, it will be supply of the blood. So without the supply of the blood in the heart, it cannot be work properly because it also acts as one of the organs. Okay, so blood also required for the heart to functioning properly. Okay. Then this is the hearts showing the number of the chambers. Okay, see this is the aorta region, left, right atriums, aorta regions. So artery to lung get directly connected. Arteries to the lungs get connected, and that artery perform the function of the incoming the bloods. Okay, so this is the impure bloods gets connected. There is a collected. Okay, so this region is the artery to head and body. Okay, it is connected to the head and the body region parts. Okay, then the veins from the lungs, it will be directly transported the bloods. So this is the one broad. It's the broad passage. Veins are the broad passage. Mic चालू वाटतं कोणाच तरी mic थोडंसं mute करा. Veins from the lungs, there is a तुम्हालाच परत त्या ठिकाणी बाकीचा बाहेरचा आवाज येतो ना. Okay. Veins from the lungs, it will be a broad passage for the blood supply. Okay. And capillaries are very small in size. Okay. The vein from the head and the body. So the veins, it is directly connected to the head and some body parts also. Then the right atrium, it will be shows here. This is the portion of the right atrium. This is the portion of the left atriums. And then there is a walls, is the one of the walls which will be get contracted and relaxed. Okay. There is also one of the wall in the left atriums. Okay. Then right ventricle. So this portions called as the right ventricles, and this portion is called as the left ventricles. Okay. So right ventricles, left ventricles, walls are there. Then atrium is also here. So all the parts of the heart will be performing in the functioning of the circulation of the blood. Okay. Step one. So actually, how does the heart work? How does the heart work? In the step first, what happened? The blood from the body get collected. Okay. The blood from the body get collected and it will be get purified. Okay. This is the blood from the lungs also get collected, and from the lungs there is a mixing the oxygen. The heartbeat begins when the heart muscles relax and blood flows into the atria. Okay. When the heart relax, so what happened? There will be a incoming of blood. Relax. So then incoming of the blood means contraction and relaxation. So in the relaxed position, there is a blood become meds. Okay. The heart muscle relax and blood flows into the atrial regions. Then what happen? In the next step, there is a process of the contracted muscles get contracted. Okay, the atria then contract and the walls open to allow blood into the ventricles. Then there is a entry of the blood in the ventricles regions. So actually in the ventricle there is a entry of the bloods. Then what happened in the step third, the walls close to stop the blood. So in that positions the wall closed to stop the blood. So there is a no supply of the blood incoming and outgoing. So it will be closed for some times. Okay. And then flowing the backwards. The ventricles contract, forcing the blood to leave in the heart. So when they get contracted, it will be stay for some time in blood in the hearts. Then what happen? At the same time, the atria are relaxing and once again filling with the blood. So when the atrial region relax, it will be get filled blood, and when it get contracted, okay, when get it contracted, it will be again transport the blood from the hearts also. So there is a sequence in the first stage, second step, and third step. The cycle of this process is called as this cycle, then repeats itself. So this sequence is get repeated, contraction and relaxation of the hearts. So that is called as the pumping of the hearts, process of pumping of heart. Okay, blood from the heart gets around the body through the blood vessels. So blood vessels are the small pipelines. So that pipelines get transport the blood around the body, okay, with the help of the blood vessels. There are three types of the blood vessels. How many types are the blood vessels? Three types. Number one, artery. Number second, veins. And number third, capillaries. So artery, veins, and capillary. So what is the difference between the artery, veins, and the capillary? So artery are the larger in size, veins are the some smaller in size related with the arteries, and then capillary are the very small, that is the very small pipelines of the bloods. Okay, so it will be get connected each every organs. Okay, so capillary means a very small amount of the flow. Artery means a large amount of the flow towards the, this is called as the main pipelines. So in the main pipeline there is a connecting the another pipeline, that is the veins are there, and on the vein there is a connecting directly to the veins there are the capillaries, means small pipelines, means just in the flow of the water in our particular, for example, area in particular city. So there will be a broad pipe get connected to the tank, water tank. Then there is a small pipe connected to that main pipe, and then again the smaller pipe even connected in the then middle. There is the second pipe which will be transport the water each every houses. Okay, so that like same artery broad, veins it is somewhat smaller than the artery, and capillary are smaller than the veins. Okay, so in these sequences there is a flow of the bloods. Then the artery, one is the first artery. Artery is made up of the thick muscles and elastic fibers. Okay, so structurally it is made up of the thick muscles and the elastic fibers. Why? Because if there is a blood flow is there, when the blood flow is high, it will be get elastic. Okay, so it will show the elasticity. That's why. Okay. Arteries carry blood away from the heart, blood away from the heart. From the heart, it will be carry the blood towards the organs. And the elastic fibers also perform the important function to allow the artery to stretch under pressure. It will be get stretched because of the elasticity. It will be stretched under the pressure. So pressure means what? If there is a high blood flow, okay, if there is a high pressure blood flow come in the arteries, it will be get relax, it will be get elasticity shows. That's why it will be get stretch. Okay. The thick muscles can contract to push the blood along. So what happened in the muscles? The thick muscles get contracted to push the blood along with the surfaces and it is surroundings. So it will be get push the blood towards the various organs slowly. Okay. Number second, the vein. So the vein is the smaller than the arteries. Okay. It is made up of the thin muscle and elastic fibers also. Muscles are thin and elastic fibers. The veins carry blood towards from the heart. The veins carry blood towards from the hearts. So from the hearts, it will be carry the blood towards the vein. Next is the veins have walls. There may be a wall. So we are connecting the, yeah, just like the small segments. So that is the walls. It will be get uh, contracted and relaxation position. So it will be get on and off. So what is the function of the wall? It is to on and off. Okay. So which act as to stop the blood from going in the wrong direction. For example, the blood goes toward the wrong direction. So at that time, the wall get off. So that's why there is a no wrong way of the blood towards the various organs. Okay, so proper direction will be shows and it will be carry the supply of the blood. The body muscles surround the veins so that when they contract to move the body, they also squeeze the veins and push the blood along the vessels. So after the entry of the blood, so in the surrounding, the veins, they get contracted. Okay. And after the contraction of the veins, to move the body and they squeeze the veins, means the veins can be lost the blood and push toward the another organs. So in this way, there is a supply of the blood in the various organs. And last is the capillary, a very small pipelines. So capillary is also made up of the wall of a capillary is only made up of the one cell and which will be a very thick, okay, thick walls. Then the capillaries link arteries with the veins. So it will be get connected, arteries and veins, it will be get connected. Then after the connected, there is a supply of the blood. They exchange the material between the blood and other body cells. Okay. So other body cells, they get also material like the proteins, vitamins, what maybe the synthesis is there, and it will be get mixed from the other body cell. There is also the exchange of the materials between the blood and the body cells can be occur through the capillaries. So capillary perform the function of to exchange the material, liquefied substances within the cells also. And when they collected, it will be dissolved in the blood, and then there is a simultaneously process to carry the circulation of the blood. Okay. The capillaries are a very small pipelines. We can see here, these are the cells, and these are the capillaries, which will be incoming the blood and slowly transported. When there is a cell, it becomes absorbed. Okay, so this is the proper functioning of the capillary bloods. A collection of the capillaries is known as the capillary bed. So actually this is the bed which will be absorbs the blood. Then veins. Here is the position to connect the veins. Okay, here is the positions to connect the veins, and the small pipelines. These are the actually beds. So it will be absorb the blood and transported. Arteries connected means two ends are there, capillary, one end connected with the artery, another end connected with the veins. These are the body cells, showing the various body cells in the each and every organs, and these are the capillaries. Okay, so passage, small passage, each and every compartments, it's a passage containing the blood flow, and these are the cells. So whatever the material is here, it will be get mixed, it will be get shared with these compartments. Okay, and then there is a continuous blood will be transported in the veins and in the arteries. What's the blood? Okay, so what is contained the blood? We learn about the blood is nothing but it's hemoglobins, and when the oxygen is mixed in the blood, we call it as the oxyhemoglobin. Okay, so actually, apart from this, what contains the bloods? Okay, so blood contains the two types of the cells. How many types? Two types of the cells. Number one cell is the RBCs, means red blood cells, and another one is the WBCs. Okay, So that RBC, WBCs, but apart there is also called as the platelets. Okay, so there is the platelets, the white blood cells, red and white, and then there are the platelets. So platelets are very important, okay, for the functionings. Red, WBC, white cells, W, red RBCs, and WBC means white blood cells. Okay, red and white. And apart from this, there is a platelets. Okay. And number fourth is the carbon dioxide. So actually there is a composition of the blood. It become made RBCs, WBCs, platelets, and carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, from the carbon dioxide, carbon also get dissolved. It will be utilized. It will be fixed. Okay, and then there is a use of the only O2. O2 gets separated from the CO2. Okay, so it will be mixed in the bloods. Then digested food. The digested food, what happened after the digestion of the food? What happened? The materials, that is the micronutrients, it will be get dissolved in the blood. For example, proteins, vitamins, fatty acids, okay, some enzymes also there. They get mixed in the blood. And last, there is the plasma. So plasma cells also perform the very important function in the blood. So composition of the blood plasma cells and hormones. So hormones also get secreted. It will also get dissolved in the blood, and after the transportation of the blood, various organs get these hormones for the proper functioning, their growth and their developments. So all these are the constituents of the bloods. Okay, so actually these constituents contains in the blood. Okay, after that what happened? The oxygen also get mixed. It become the oxyhemoglobin, we never know. The waste products also there. Okay, so waste products also mixing, also get separated by the kidneys. That is called as the waste products. So waste products main is the urea, liquefied substances. Okay, when we drink the water and from our body, there is a synthesis of the urea after the various physiological process. So that urea mix, dissolve in the water, and it will be transported towards the urinary system. So urinary system get eliminate that urea through our urines. Okay, so that is the composition of the urine become made the water, urea, and some harmful chemicals. Okay, the blood. So here are the blood cells. These are the red colors, RBCs, and whites are the WBCs. Okay, so red blood cells are theirs, red blood cells and white blood cells. The platelets are there. So these are the structures showing the platelets. If the decreasing the percentage of the platelets, we cannot be survive. Means each and every organ cannot be survive properly because of the decrease the percentage of the platelets. Okay, so this is a very important. These are the plasma. These are the plasma cells. Okay, plasma cells also there. RBCs, red blood cells, RBCs. This is the normal structure of the RBCs. In some time what happened, the sickle cell anemia, it will be shown in the blood. So that's why the proper shape of the blood cell cannot be appear. So it will be abnormally behavior. Okay, so normal is the shape of the red blood cell, that is the RBCs. Okay. The biconcave disc, that is round and flat without a nucleus. So this blood cell without the nucleus, only there is a rounded structure with flat regions. Okay, rounded and flat. It contains the hemoglobin. So actually RBC contain the hemoglobins. Okay, only the hemoglobin is there. A molecule specially designed to hold oxygen and carry it to cells that need it. Means a particular composition of the hemoglobin, a molecule specially designed to hold oxygen. So actually it helps to hold the oxygen. Means the RBCs can hold the oxygen. So this is a very important characteristics feature of the RBC. It can hold the oxygen. And that's why it become made the oxyhemoglobin. Hemoglobin, oxyhemoglobins. Okay, it can change the shape to an amazing extent without breaking as it squeezes single file through the capillaries. Okay, so it can become change the shape if there is a contraction. It become contracted, get contracted, and slowly it will be change its shape. Okay, through the capillary region. So capillary regions, from the capillary it will be easily get transmitted because the capillary are the very small, and from that small region the shape of the RBC become change. It will be get shortened and then easily passes from the capillary. So this is the very important features. If the its ability is not developed or ability is absent in the RBC, so it is not possible to carry the same RBC cell from the capillaries. Okay, so this is a very important features of the RBCs. Then WBC, white blood cells. So white blood cells act as, there is a many different types of, all contains a big nucleus. So WBC contains a big nucleus is there, but the RBC do not having the nucleus. This is a little bit difference in the WBC and RBC. We can clearly understand. The two main opens sites. Okay, so there is the nucleus medially, and surrounding the there is the layer, cytoplasmic layer is there. The lymphocytes, main one are the lymphocytes and the macrophages. Okay, lymphocytes and the macrophages, it will be get constituents to become made the WBCs. Okay, and last is the macrophages eat and digest microorganism. So what happen actually, the WBC get important roles in the formation of the digestion of the microorganism. For example, there is an attack of the microorganism in our cell, so it will be get digested by the WBC. So it will be having the very important functions. Okay, and some lymphocytes high, there is the some lymphocytes having the high percentage. Okay, and the function of the lymphocyte is to fight with the disease.